All right, so I'd like to do a quick tutorial on Google Calendar. And Google Calendar, the way to get there, if you're not sure, is at the top of your mail bar here. You'll see your Drive, sites, some different things like that. Here's your calendar. Okay. Now, you'll see on mine there's a lot of different colors, and I'll get to that in a minute, but let me just start with some of the basic features. So up here you have the Create button. This would be if you want to create a brand new calendar. Okay. And then down here it has My Calendars. So I have a personal calendar, a classroom calendar, a calendar for when my kids get pulled out for specials. I have a parent volunteer calendar and a recess duty calendar. Now, other calendars on here are ones that have been shared with me. So you'll see there's a conference room calendar and a North Creek calendar. So those are ones that have been shared with us by the office. Now over here, you'll see you can sort your calendar by one day at a time, a week, a month, 5 days, however is easiest for you. And I usually just leave it on a week. And then you also see over here there's tasks. If you would like to, you can keep track of tasks you have to get done for the week. And when you're done, you can throw them in the trash. And you can even, if you use different Google Calendar apps on your iPad, you can even keep track of these tasks on both, and it will sync them. And in fact, this calendar, whatever you do here to change it, or whatever you do on your iPad to change it, it automatically updates online. So that's one of the great things, whether I'm using my iPhone or whether I'm using my calendar here on my computer or my iPad. Wherever I write something or wherever I add something or change something, it changes it for all of them. Okay, so let's get into the colors a little bit. You'll notice, like right here, where it says there's some different things for like the office schedule. So those are blue, and you can kind of see that color right up there. All right, now if it's red, that means it's my personal calendar. Okay, then this kind of like light bluish one is the classroom calendar. I use that for like birthday parties and different things. And then the green is when my kids are pulled out to go to Mrs. Kemming or go to things like that. So it's a great way we can basically overlay a bunch of different calendars into one. Okay. Now let's talk about creating a new event. Now you don't want to hit create up here because that is going to create a new calendar for you. All you do is whatever day you want to go to. So let's say I want to go to next week. I go up here. That changes me to next week. And let's say I want to do something the day before Thanksgiving at 11 o'clock. I click at that time, and then I write what it is. So, meeting with Marcus. Okay. Now down here, this is important. What calendar is it going to go on? So, it's going to go on my personal calendar. So I just leave it on Eric Robinson. All right. Now, edit event is if you want to add more details. You can see right now, it automatically just defaults to 1 hour. Maybe I'm not meeting with him for an hour, so I can say edit. Okay, that allows me to change the time. So maybe I'm meeting with him from 11:15 until 11:45, or maybe from 11:15 to 11:40. Okay. You can also make it a repeating, like if it's something where I need to meet with Marcus every week, or like there's a meeting that you have every week. You click repeat. You can repeat it every 1 week, every month. Okay. You can make it multiple days that it repeats, and then when you're done, you just hit done. All right, now that allows a little check box, so that repeats every week now. Okay, I can also add things like where we're meeting, what it's about. Now the other thing that's kind of cool about this is you can add reminders. So you can have a pop-up, which means that on your desktop a little icon will pop up and say, don't forget about this. And like right now the default is that it'll pop up 10 minutes before that event. You can have email reminders sent to you if you would like to just remind you, hey, don't forget you have this. All right? And sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't. Okay? You can also add your own reminder. And you can add it however you want. Like maybe I want an email sent to me 1 hour beforehand. Okay. All right. And then I leave this alone. The privacy and all that, you just leave it alone. The default will work for you. And then if other people are looking at my calendar, it will show me as busy during this time. Okay, so now I save it. Okay, and there it is. And because I set it up for a reoccurring, if I go to next week, you'll see it again. Okay. If I want to delete it, I just click on it, and I can go to delete, and then it'll say, do you want to just do this one or all of the ones you created? I'm going to do all of them. Okay. So that's how you create a new event. Now, let's say if you don't want to see all of the different calendars here, like maybe I don't want to see the school calendar, or I don't want to see the office calendar. Well, what you can do is when you click on it, it'll go away. And you'll see the little next to offers conference schedule, the little box doesn't have a color anymore, it's white. That means you can't see that schedule. When you click on it again, it brings that schedule back. Okay? So that's basically how Google Calendar works. When you play with it just a little bit, you will get it. It automatically syncs with your iPad's calendar. So when you open your calendar in your iPad, it will sync up with this and show all of your different events. The last thing I really love about Google Calendar is when you go to your website, if you want to import a calendar, right? So like on my home page, I have my Google Calendar. And you'll notice it doesn't show everything. When you import your calendar, you can tell it, I only want to show my classroom calendar, or I only want to show the North Creek calendar. That way it's not showing your own personal calendar. So I told it exactly what I wanted to show. And this is an easy way for your parents to click, see what's happening and when, and it's all right on your website. And that's Google Calendar.